Well, welcome to another episode of National Divorce Talk Raw. You know, we cover or have been covering a lot of things on California secession recently, but we're about secession, national divorce, and peaceful legal separation, self-determination anywhere in the world, and especially anywhere in California. Today's episode is going to be dedicated to our allies in Texas. No, we do not share values with them. Yes, we are as committed as they are to peaceful legal separation. And that's why we're going to cover this news. Texas just had a big day. Turns out, breaking news, their committee to explore secession has finally approved that. And we're going to show you how, despite what you've heard in the news, a lot of people actually support Texas secession who aren't Texans. That coming up in just a minute. All right, well, let's get right into it. Breaking news. We are one of the first organizations in America to be reporting this to you live right now. We'll cover it right now. Just a second. Oops, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Okay. Got it. Here we go. So this is a tweet from the Texas Democrats. So the Texas Democratic Party saying, hey, you know how the Republicans in Texas talked about seceding? Well, secession from the Union is nothing short of anti-American. So this is the Texas Democrats trying to take a stab at the Texas Republicans who just put secession as part of their plank. And here's what the Democrats are saying. Seceding from the Union is nothing short of anti-American. I think we fought a war on that issue. Yeah, by definition, I can't stop. So a lot of people backing them initially, and they're really trying to get it out that the Texas Republicans are bad people for pursuing this concept of independence. So let's take a look at what that means. Okay, here we go. Why can't I? So here's R. Joseph saying, can't wait until they leave. Just remember, once you leave, it's a done deal. So that's R. Joseph saying, get the hell out, Texas. Okay. Here is Craig Scully, let them walk. Go ahead and let Texas go. And here is Rolling Gnome. I'm ready, and I don't even live in Texas. Let's get this ball rolling. Go ahead and let them go. John Finch Jr. Sr. says, sorry, Texas, but you will not be missed. There you go. Pam Rich says, hope they do. Sane people should be moving. Can't wait for them to go. Take Florida with you. That's what Azad Hussein has to say. Here's Martin O. Macias. Let them. They probably wouldn't last long. Their pride is way bigger than their sane judgment. And here's Sheriff of Modor. Secede, please. Texas can't even keep its power grid working. Here we go. Here's Roni Lawrence says, no, just let Texas be gone. Here's Andrew Townley says, please let Texas go. And Archer Emilia says, can we build a wall so they don't come back? Here's Learning to Be Here. Frankly, the rest of us would not be so sad to see you go. Michael S. Bartlow says, Texas can go. No loss. Big Daddy Rio says, let Texas leave. Sal says, the U.S. doesn't need Texas. Let them go. Sako Daijian says, Texas seceding would be the best thing that happens to America. And Michelle says, let them leave. It ain't no loss to anyone. Here's Jeff Winkle saying, please do it. Roni Lawrence says, no, just let Texas be gone. There'll be a country on its own. Andy Townley says, please let Texas go. Oh, we already covered that. Sorry. Okay, so you saw that. So those are a few people who said that. They're not alone. Here is the Washington Post. Good riddance. Texas Republicans want to secede. Good riddance. And so that's the point, was to show you that, you know, you're going to hear a lot about how crazy it is for Texas people to secede. What you're not going to hear is anybody saying that a lot of liberal Americans don't like them and would be happy for them to go. In fact, we're seeing zero media coverage of that, although we keep coming up with it. So at Yes California, we decided to take a few minutes and put together some public comments showing you that there are a lot of Americans who would be happy to see Texas go. Go ahead and secede. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. That's how they feel about you. It's not going to be a problem. So while you're seeing the Texas, and my favorite was that on the Texas Democrats Twitter page, where they're trying to slam the Texans for pursuing secession, there's at least a bunch of people saying, go ahead and let Texas go. We don't like them. So on their own page, trying to slam the idea of secession, they have people supporting the idea of secession because they don't like Texans. And then you see a major liberal newspaper also talking about, go ahead and go. So that's how people think about Texas. You're not going to see that in the news. We do need to show you this, though. This is the breaking news. So we just show you that. A lot of people in America support Texas secession who aren't Texans. Here's the breaking news from the Texas secession movement. Let's go to that right now. This is from the Texas nationalist movement. 90% of Texans Republicans endorse a Texit vote. So the Texas Republican Convention, 90% in favor of a popular vote on the issue of Texas independence. 88% of the vote attendees said Texas retains the right to secede. The votes are in, and the delegates of the Republican Party of Texas overwhelmingly endorsed the right of Texas to withdraw from the Union and all for popular vote on Texas independence in 2023. Plank 333 approved 88.64%. It says Texas has the right to secede. Plank 225 was approved by 90%. Texas should reassert its status as an independent nation. So that just happened. So that's breaking news. What you saw in the news was that the Texas Republican Party proposed that this was going to be in their platform, and that was the first time that you'd seen a national political party put that in their platform. Certainly a big step. This is an actual codification. So that was the votes coming, but it's shocking that they even put it in their platform. Now we're learning from the Texas nationalist movement that the vote passed, and that is officially part of the California-Texas Republican Party platform. Think what you will. But we just wanted to point out that the talk that everybody hates this idea and that it's un-American, well, there's a lot of Americans who aren't in Texas, don't like Texas, and would like to see Texas gone, and they're totally fine with national force. And literally you see that on the Texas Democrats site. So in these places where they're supposed to be poo-pooing or shutting down secession, you have support for secession because of political division. Not going to see that in mainstream news. Just saying. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for this show. Thanks. And we'll have more news very soon.